Local photographer Jason Stuempges talks with us about his influences, how he sets up a shot, and how he got started behind the camera. Jason shares his early experiences with photography and what's next for him. I'm Amy, and he's Brent, and this is La Crosse Local.
My name is Jason Stuempges. I was born in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, and I took a class in high school. It was black and white photography, so we had to develop our own film, and we would have to develop our own actual images to it with black and white chemistry. And I liked that a lot. And then I went to EWL. I got a minor in that, and I took pretty much every course available in the program. And I just loved taking that class too, all those classes. And I just never really knew what I could do with photography in terms of landscapes. I would shoot, senior photos, weddings, families, events, but I never really knew what I could do with landscape photography, which is what I love to do, until I actually started to pursue it a little more and sell at craft shows, art shows, and the farmers markets in La Crosse.
How do you plan for some of your shots? Do you have favorite locations? Or, some of them, they look really intensive that you have to hang out for hours to get the right look.
Yeah, sometimes it's very spontaneous. Sometimes there's a lot of planning. Sometimes I'm just driving along, the right location, the right time, and the light's perfect, and get this image. It's kind of almost dumb luck. But other times I do plan shots. I have an app on my phone called Sun Surveyor. It can show me where the sun will be at a given point at a given day. So let's say I'm at a location, I kind of like the setting, but the light's not perfect, whatever. So I can scroll through and say on August 25th, the sun is going to set in this certain position. And that will kind of give me an estimate of what kind of image I can get. I use that one quite a bit.
That's interesting that there's an app just for that. Looking at your photos again, you seem to almost didn't mention other things like weddings, but you deal almost entirely in the natural world, using those tools to also find the most perfect time. Why is the natural world so important to you in taking photos?
I think it comes more easy for me because I'm more of an introvert. Not that I don't enjoy people and hanging out with people, but I'm definitely more introvert than extrovert. So just being out in kind of in the middle of nowhere sometimes just by myself comes very natural to me. I enjoy it. It's peaceful. It's quiet. It kind of gives you time to reflect on life or whatever's going on in the world. It's just easy for me to be out there.
Yeah, tell me about some of the favorite locations.
There's a few spots in La Crosse that I really love. I love exploring the bluffs, and there's a spot in between Cliffwood and Hedgehog, which is just beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's also really quiet too. It's not as busy as Miller Bluff or Granddad's Bluff would be on any given day.
Who are some of your inspirations, either a person or a location when dealing with photography?
There's a photographer I follow on YouTube. His name is Thomas Heaton. I discovered him about 3 years ago or so, and his videos just consist of him going out sometimes in the middle of nowhere, and he's at these beautiful locations. He doesn't have to get 500 images. He just goes out to create 1, 2, maybe 3 images. And that's when I kind of realized you don't have to photograph everything in the scene. Sometimes just 1 or 2 aspects of that location that can define that place and bring forth more feeling.
There is something to just allowing that experience to happen. Just how you talked about being solo in some sense, being a little bit more introverted. I know it's affected a lot of musicians, COVID-19. How have you had to adapt with this sort of thing, or has it affected you at all?
It definitely has affected me. Every year for the past, this would have been, I think, my 4th summer down at the farmers market, or 3rd summer at the farmers market. But I do have a website people can order prints from and still contact me. I have prints available at Turtle Stack Brewery. They've been on display for a while there. But I'm still going out shooting, being safe, of course. So it is kind of nice because I am social distancing when I am taking photos of nature.
With these considerations, what's something that you hope to do next? Or what are you working on?
I'm just kind of staying the same right now. I'm not really working on any big projects. I do know that eventually I would like to have a book of my work at some point, but that's just kind of way down the line right now. That'd be a huge project to tackle and something I definitely want to put time and effort into and not just kind of wing that thing and get it out as soon as possible.
So just kind of rehashing, where can people find out more about you or pick up some of your work?
I do have a website, jasonrayphotography.com. You can purchase prints directly from there. And like I said before, you can go to Turtle Stack Brewery. I have a few prints on display there as well.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you would like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Locals. Subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We thank you for it.